You disappear between two words. One more pause and nothing heard. Your name still lit my screen at night, but never long enough to stay. I know the way this silence works. A slow erase, a softened blur. Not loud enough to call it done, just small enough to keep me waiting. You don't leave all at once, you fade in pieces, and I keep checking for a sign like that could mean something. Last seen 2 hours ago, but I'm still here like you don't know. Last seen and nothing after, just that blue light and all this distance. I told myself to let it cool, to stop making no room for you. But every night past 1:30, I fall back into old routines. The city moves outside my glass. Cars go by, the shadows pass, and all I have is one small line that says you were here without staying. You don't end things clean, you leave them open, just enough for me to look a little longer. I seen 2 hours ago, but I'm still here like you don't know. I seen and nothing after, just that blue light and all this distance. Maybe I was only close to the version of you that stayed online. Maybe I was holding on to something already gone quiet. Last scene still on my mind, a frozen trace I can't rewind. Last scene and getting farther, just that blue light and all this distance. Last scene, nothing after, just that blue light. Streetlight on the window frame. Same old hours, same old rain. I thought I left your shadow back somewhere under summer skin. But tonight the room turned cold, that quiet kind I know too well. And every thought I tried to lose came back dressed in midnight. It happens when the city dims, when I don't have enough noise to keep your memory out. Blue again, that's how it starts. One small flash across the dark. Blue again, no warning sign, just your name crossing my mind. make this clean. Too calm to call it innocent. Your hand brushed mine and pulled away, like even that meant too much now. We stand inside a borrowed light, acting like the room can't tell. So keep your voice down, keep your eyes off mine. If we let this rise, it won't stay hidden. Stay low, don't let it show. This kind of heat can't leave the room. Stay low, we both know. One more step and we tell the truth. You lean back like you're in control, like distance still belongs to you. But every silence gets too loud when I'm this close and you don't move. The window shakes with passing cars. The clock goes thin against the wall, and all the things we never said start pressing through the quiet. So keep that look soft, keep your hands to yourself. If this slips once, we won't take it back. Stay low, don't let it show. This kind of heat can't leave the room. Stay low, we both know. One more step and we tell the truth. Maybe we were always headed here, just slower than we meant to be. Maybe all the self-control is only making it harder. Stay low, don't let it break this thin line we're standing in. Stay low, we both know. One more move and nothing stays the same. Stay low. Stay low, we both know. One more move. You said we crossed a line that night, like I was there alone with it. Like your hands didn't hesitate, like your mouth stayed innocent. I let you talk in careful words and polished ways that hit the heat. But truth looks different in the dark when both of us still feel it. If it was nothing, why does it still move through the room every time we're close again? Out of line, that's what you call it, when it felt too real to leave unnamed. Out of line, but not forgotten. You can change the words, not what it was. Now every time you look away, it lands a little too rehearsed. Like distance is a costume now, and you're trying not to slip. I'm not asking you to stay, I'm not asking for the scene. I just hate the way you smooth it out, like I imagined all the tension. If it meant nothing, why do your eyes go quiet first every time I say your name? Out of line, that's what you call it, when it felt too real to leave unnamed. Out of line, but not forgotten. you still linger. You stood there with your hand half raised, like even knocking felt too much. Hallway light across your face, making everything look colder. I could hear the city through the walls, thin sirens, tires, distant glass. And all at once the air went still, like the night was waiting with us. You didn't say why, I didn't ask first. Some things arrive before the words do. At the door, you look like trouble. At the door, you look like truth. One step more, and I can't pretend this is nothing between me and you. You always come when it gets late, when every thought feels louder here, like I'm the place you go to when you don't wanna hear yourself. Your shadow crossed the floor so slow, I watched it reach me first somehow. And every second held too much for such a quiet room. You don't come close unless you mean it, so don't stand there like this is harmless. At the door, you look like trouble. At the door, you look like truth. One step more, and I can't pretend this is nothing between me and you. Maybe we were always almost. Maybe this is how it starts. Not with a word, not with a warning, just one late knock against the door. At the door, you looked unfinished. At the door, I almost moved. One step more, and nothing stays safe. This is something between me and you. At the door, you looked like truth. This is something. Sheets pulled cold around my legs. Half the room still looks like you. The lamp is low, the window breathes. A little rain against the glass. I thought the hardest part would pass once the noise of you was gone. But quiet has a different weight when there's nobody to blame. I turn the screen face down. I let the hour blur. But every small thing here still ends where you were. Sleep alone, that's the part I never learned. How to let the silence lights to almost none. A chain far off, a door below, and in that soft, unfinished dark, I feel the lack of you the most. I don't reach out, I don't give in. I let the night move over me, but missing you is in the room, even when I don't say it. No drama left, no reason left, just this low ache at 1 a.m. Sleep alone, that's the part I never learned. How to let the silence settle, how to leave the side you burned. Sleep alone, like it doesn't show, like your shape is not still waiting in the space beside me now. Maybe healing isn't clean, maybe it comes in waves that thin out slowly. Maybe some nights are only meant to prove I still remember. Sleep alone, a little better now, but not enough to call it easy, not enough to shut you out. Sleep alone and let it hurt, like a low light in the corner that I haven't turned off yet. Sleep not enough to shut you out, a low light in the corner. You talk cleaner when the lights are on, safer words, a careful tone. But after midnight in the car, you let the edges start to show. One hand loose against the wheel, your voice went low then almost real, like you forgot for half a second who you're supposed to be with me. Say it soft, say it once before you pull it back and call it nothing. Off the record, you get honest. Off the record, you get close. Then daylight hits and you go quiet, like none of it was yours to own. Was yours to own. I know the pattern of your pause, the way you stop right at the line. You leave the truth half in the air, then drive us both back into silence. Street lights slip across your face, go to black and back again. And every time you look ahead, I feel what you won't name. Don't lean in if you don't mean it. Don't let your eyes do all that talking. Off the record, you get honest. Off the record, you get close. Then daylight hits and you go quiet, like none of it was yours to own. Was yours to own. Maybe you only like the version of us that never has to last. Hidden hidden in the hours that disappear before the morning asks too much. Off the record, you said enough. I felt it land, now daylight comes and you go distant, but I still know what your silence meant. Off the record, you get close. I still know what your silence meant. You sat down near enough to shift the air between my arm and yours. Not touching, but the room still changed, like something opened in the dark. The music glowed, the window cracked, cold city breath along the floor. You turned to say some little thing, and I forgot what distance was. This close feels like a risk, even when nothing has happened yet. This close and I can't think straight. This close and the whole room moves. One more inch and I might tell you how long I've stayed right here like this. You laugh and then the silence falls, a softer kind of dangerous one, the kind that makes the smallest glance feel louder than a chorus. I keep my hands where I can see them, keep my voice down, keep it light, but all my self-control gets thin when you lean in without knowing. This close should still feel safe, but nothing quiet ever stays that way. This close and I can't think straight. This close and the whole room moves. One more inch and I might tell you how long I've stayed right here like this. Maybe the truth is just a breath, a single move we never make. Maybe one in life's the longest when it never has a name. This close and time goes strange. This close and I lose the line. One more inch and nothing holds back how long I've stayed right here like this. Right here like this. Right here like this. We took the long way out again, past shuttered stores and yellow lights. No real plan, no need to speak, just tires humming through the dark. Your profile caught the dashboard glow, one hand steady on the wheel. I watched the city fall behind stretching soft around us. Quiet drive, windows down, night air moving all around. Quiet drive, no need to say it. Some things sound clear when we don't. Where nothing had to break. Quiet drive, city fading, your eyes silver in the dark. Quiet drive, no need to hold it. Some things stay with you when you go home. With you. You said you couldn't stay too long, like time was something fixed and clean. But every minute after that felt slower than it should have been. Your coat was folded on the chair, your phone face down beside your hand. The room was small, the light was low, and nothing has to be explained. I know that look, the one that means you're halfway gone. Not enough to make me stop wanting more. Another hour, that's all I want. Another hour before you're gone. Stay in this light a little longer. Don't let the night end where it starts. Outside the traffic washed below, a distant blur of white and red. Inside your silence leaned toward me, like something you were close to saying. I kept my voice low, kept it safe. Like if I move too fast, you leave. But every pause between our words made staying feel more dangerous. You don't come near unless it means a little more. So don't sit here like this is easy for us. Another hour, that's all I want. Another hour before you're gone. Stay in this light a little longer. Don't let feel bigger than it is. Another hour, before it breaks, Another hour, before the end. Stay in this room a little longer. Don't let this end before it lands. Another hour before you're gone. Stay in this light. You reach the door and touch the frame, like leaving hadn't settled yet. Streetlight slipped across your sleeve, the hallway holding what we missed. I knew that if you looked at me, the whole night might change its shape. So I stood still and watched the air tighten slowly in the quiet. One more second before you go cold. One more breath before this closes. Don't turn yet. Don't break the feeling. Don't turn yet and leave it here. Stay right there inside the moment, like it still means what it just did. Your keys were loose inside your hand, a small metallic kind of doubt. You said it's late, like that explained why neither one of us could move. The room behind me stayed half warm, your shadow stretched across the floor, and every little thing about you asked for more than your goodbye. If you look back, this gets harder. If you don't, it still won't fade. Don't turn yet. Don't break the feeling. Don't turn yet and leave it here. Stay right there inside the moment, like it still means what it just did. Maybe endings are just pauses that we dress up as control. Same street, same after rain, same cafe closing down too late, same blue light across the glass, but none of it hits like it did. I can stand where we stood before, hear the same song through the wall, and still the whole thing shifts somehow. Once your voice is missing from it, everything stayed, but something changed. And now the night doesn't wear you the same way, not the same since you left it, not the same in this light. Same city, different feeling, same heartbeat, different night. I thought time would make it clear, cut the line and close the shape, but some absences work slower. They rewrite the room in silence. There's a train beneath the floor, a passing siren down the block, and all the sounds that used to blur now land with too much space around them. I'm still here, just changed a little, like the dark knows what not to bring back. Not the same since you left it, not the same in this life. Same city, different feeling, same heartbeat, different night. Maybe healing isn't getting over, maybe it's learning the new shape of familiar things without you, and calling that survival. Not the same, but still familiar. Not the same, and still it stays. Same street, different ending, same dark sky, different name. Not the same in this light. Same dark sky. You don't have to move too much, I can feel the shift from here. Just the angle of your body, just the way your voice goes lower. The window fogged at the edge, traffic dim behind the glass, and in this soft unfinished hour, everything feels near enough. No big words, no scene to make, just this pull we keep pretending stay empty. Right here, it all gets clearer. Right here, without a word, no one else could hold this stillness. How your silence finds mine first. Right here, right here, inside the dark. How your silence finds mine first. You left without the final scene. No slam door, no closing line. Just a room returning slowly to the shape it had before us. Your glass still near the sink, your warmth still caught inside the sheets. And somehow that made it harder than if you'd made it obvious. No ending I could point to, just a quiet that stayed too long. No goodbyes, just fading out. No goodbyes, just less of you. That's the worst part, nothing breaks clean, it just gets colder. Room by room. I check my phone too many times for something small enough to keep. A half-formed text, a missed reply, anything to mark the loss. But all I got was empty light, the blue glow washing over everything. And in that late and sleepless hour, I learned what silence really does. No warning, no clear cut, just your absence learning the wall. No goodbyes, just fading out. No goodbyes, just less of you. That's the worst part, nothing breaks clean, it just gets colder. Room by room. Maybe some loves never end, they only thin into the background like a low sound under the city. You stop hearing, but never lose. No goodbyes, still I feel it. No goodbyes, still it stays. It's the hard part, nothing leaves fully, it just gets quieter day by day. No goodbyes, just fading out. It just gets quieter. Mm. passing looks in half-lit rooms and everything we didn't name. But now you stay too late to leave, your jacket draped across my chair. Your silence lands a little deeper every time you look at me. We said enough to make it dangerous, and not enough to call it what it is. Too far in to say it's nothing, too far in to stay untouched. One more night, a little closer, and we won't know how to go back. You lean against the kitchen sink like you still think you're in control. But every pause between us says we crossed that line a while ago. The city breeze below the blinds, a low electric kind of dark, and every small familiar thing feels sharper when you're in it. We got this far by not being honest. Now honesty feels one move away. Too far in to say it's nothing, too far in to stay untouched. One more night, a little closer, and we won't know how to go back. Maybe this was always waiting under every careful line. Maybe wanting only deepens when you keep it just off record. Too far in to act unbroken, too far in to call it safe. One more look, a little longer, and we won't know how to go back. Too far in to call it safe. We won't know how to go back. It didn't happen overnight, but somehow that's how it feels now. One day your voice was in my room, the next it barely crossed my mind. Not because it didn't matter, not because the ache was small, just because the slowest changes leave the strangest kind of absence. Days blur, nights stretch, and somewhere in between you got farther. Overnight, that's what I call it, when I don't know how else to name this slow shift, this quiet day. the dark. I still pass the same old corner, same late bus, same coffee stain, same song drifting from a window, but the pull is not as sharp now. There are nights I almost reach then stop before your name turns real. Not from strength, not from closure, just from knowing what won't answer. Time moves, even when nothing in me wants to admit it. Overnight, that's what I call it, when I don't know how else to name this slow shift, this quiet distance, like losing light without the dark. Maybe healing looks like this, a little less each time it hits. Not gone, not fixed, just softer at the edges. Overnight, or something like it, a thinner ache, a gentler room. The slow fade still leaves a shadow, but not enough to pull me through. Overnight, or something like it, a thinner ache. We took the long way just to stay a little longer in the dark, past empty lots and closing signs and headlights bending on the glass. You kept one hand low on the wheel, the other tapping out a thought. I watched the city pull apart in silver lines and late night rain. No reason, no plan, just two people letting time run slower. The long way home again, like maybe more road could change the end. The long way, just because some nights feel better when they don't rush. A red light caught us side by side, your face half golden, gone again. You said something small and half a joke, but it stayed with me the whole ride. I could have asked what this all was, I could have made the silence work, but some things feel more honest when they're left inside the movement. No answer, still enough to make this hour hard to let go of. The long way home again, like maybe more road could city passing in slow motion, and you beside me in the dark. The long way, one more block, one more turn before it's over. The long way home again. Some nights stay with you after they end. The long way home again. Some nights stay with you. You give me just enough to stay. A glance that lingers then goes flat. A late night text to soften voice. Then nothing I can hold by day. I know the shape of almost now. The way it keeps a person near, without enough to call it love, without enough to leave it. I take the hint, then lose it. Every time you pull me closer, all I get is half of you, half a truth, half a move. All I get is almost there, just enough to keep me here. You ask about my day sometimes, like tenderness in careful doses, and disappear before it means anything bigger than the moment. I tell myself to cut the line, to stop reading into silence, but every little thing you give arrives like more than it should. I know better still. I weigh like half, like could turn into morning. All I get is half of you, half a truth, half a move. All I get is almost there, just enough to keep me here. Maybe that's the real damage, not the loss but the delay. How a little bit of something can keep a whole heart occupied. Enough to keep me here. All I get is almost love, just enough to keep me here. I don't say your name much now. It doesn't need that kind of air. Some things settle into rooms and stay there without asking. traces that refuse to leave. You're not here, I know that, but some nights that isn't the whole truth. Still around in the afterglow, still around in the things I don't show. Not in the way I used to hold you, just in the way the dark remembers. I've changed the sheets, moved all the chairs, let new songs live inside this place. I've even learned to sleep okay most nights that pass without a thought. But every now and then the hour hits soft and blue across the floor, and I can feel the shape of them without it pulling me under. It's not pain the way it was, just a low light that never burned out. Still around in the afterglow, still around in the things I don't show. Not in the way I used to hold you, just in the way the dark remembers. Maybe that's what staying means. Not forever, not the same, just a mark the night keeps wearing. Long after touch is gone, still